Hello, this is Bridget with Divine Essentials. Alright, guys, so I was gonna go to bed, but I wanted to say thank you very much to everybody who has reached out and shared, beautiful comments on the last video and your condolences about my mom and everything. So I wanted to say thank you for that really quickly. I did record a longer reading, but it didn't upload right away, and it's going to take me forever to upload the both because it's an extended one, and it was a 40-minute to begin with, and then another 35 minutes of extension, so I figured I would just do a quick little check-in. I was going to go to bed, but I felt guided to actually do this, so I feel like some of you guys could be just suffering today or having some stuff come up. I know I had a really emotional day, but I expected that with my mom. I did get a lot of triggers with the journey as well over these past few days, so I know a lot of you guys are probably going through that too. I feel like there's just this sense of impatience, sick of waiting, sick of, doing all of this work and not having anything come of it, and it's like, what is this all for? So I did pull for feminines and masculines. I have head space, heart space, action space, and I have a couple of different decks. So I'm going to start with Divine Feminine real quickly. I have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Transformation for their head. And I feel like what this is saying is that a lot of Divine Feminines could still be in this energy of the Page of Swords. Somebody that is probably checking up through social media, wanting to see what this person could be up to. You could be checking out on their karmics, seeing, what their karmics are up to, what's going on in their lives. Does it look like they're coming towards you? Does it look like they're happy with somebody else? Are they open to you communicating with them? Things like that. Some of you may have even reached out to them, because this can be a card of communication. You may have sent a message to them, or you could have received a message from them, or you could just really be thinking about that, wanting them to text you, wanting them to message you, wanting them to, give you some sort of communication, whether it's actual messages or just liking your post or something. I know a lot of times you guys just get excited over that. So I do think that a lot of you are just kind of thinking a lot about this person, and if you're not checking up on them in the physical world, you may be checking up through your emotions or through your spiritual connection, like telepathically communicating things to them, maybe meditating to connect with them. I just feel like the Divine Feminine's head is focused on her masculine a lot at this time, and you could be trying to distract yourself from other things, and unknowingly be kind of causing some stuff by doing that, okay? But you are seeing your masculine in his King of Pentacles energy, and I think that frustrates a lot of you, because it's like you see their value, you see their worth, you know that they can be everything you want them to be, but they're not showing up, and it's like, well, they look like they're doing good. Why are they giving all this time, energy, and attention to other people or other things? Maybe they're working a lot. It's like whatever it is that they're doing, or you sense that they're doing, you do feel that overall this is your king, and you want them there with you. You want that grounded, committed type of energy, like somebody that is ready to show up for you. So I think that you are frustrated with them. You may be even getting triggered with them, but underneath all of that, resentment or frustration or just impatience, there is still that underlying desire that you want this person to be your counterpart. You want your masculine to communicate or to show up in some way. I think at this point, a lot of you would even take just to know that they know that you exist, And then we have transformation. So I think that for some of you, you've gone through the transformation of coming out of that Page of Swords energy. For some of you, you've really brought the focus on yourself, maybe doing more meditation for yourself. I feel like if you're just going through this time of a death, and sometimes that can be really hard, especially if you're resistant to change. If you have Earth in any placements of Earth within your chart, it may be difficult for you to change things. But ultimately, I do think you have better days now. It's like, you're not so bad as maybe in the past. You're able to like look at things from a different perspective. The triggers aren't as triggery as they once were, but you know, you're starting to understand those concepts of you're the creator of your reality. You need to do healing for yourself. And though you understand it, I think you're still human. You still have your ego, and it still puts you into this energy from time to time. Like you're just wanting them to say something, or you're wanting to say something to them. You're sick of waiting. But a lot of you do understand when you're in that energy, you could be blocking things, or if you're in a place of frustration or things like that, you realize that you could be blocking things. So there's understanding, but there's still a lot of thoughts. You know, it's hard to completely control every single thought that comes in and out of your mind. And I think today could have been difficult for a lot of you. And even over the past few days, I do think that this transformation is also indicating some of you are going through like another dark night of the soul. I've noticed that with a lot of feminines. It's like they're either doing really good or they're doing really bad. And it doesn't seem to be like much of an in-between. And I've been having like really bad days. So I'm assuming that a lot of you are having really bad days too. So for Divine Masculine's headspace, we have accelerated motion, which is the Eight of Wands, the Lovers, and the Queen of Wands. So this does feel like a lot of them are thinking about taking action and communicating. That is what the Eight of Wands is all about. It's about movement. It's about, I want to say something. I want to do something. So you could be sensing that too. And that could be why you're in this energy of like, when's it coming? When's it coming? Because you can sense that they want to do something. You can sense this transformation. You feel that they're in their King of Pentacles energy. And it's like you're just anticipating their action. So some of these thoughts could be coming from them, and you may not be able to like differentiate like their anxiety of your anxiety, or their fears with your fears, and that could be causing triggers. So just be mindful of that. To ask to like separate yourself from what they're feeling and what you're feeling, so that you're not going down into a wicked big like sloop down if it's not solely your stuff that's coming up. But I think other stuff's coming up for people, and that's why it's been so hard. I don't think it's just connected to this masculine, you know, or your, you know, counterpart. It's connected to other things that are coming up to be purged and processed, because karma is clearing from lifetimes ago, you know, from things that you've experienced within this past year. You know, whatever you went through within the past year, it's coming back up for you to look at it, to transform it. And sometimes we want to run from it and focus on these types of things. But I do think that they, you know, are wanting to take action. And with the Lovers, I think that a lot of them are thinking about this decision or this choice to connect with their divine counterpart. Okay, so some of them, I feel they're aware that you're the divine counterpart as well. It's like they're having these understandings at this time, and they're wishing, you know, they're wishing that they could do something, that they could just take action on these decisions or these understandings that they now have. Because I'm seeing the star up here twice, which is about wishes, about fulfilling what we're wishing for. And even this Queen of Wands looks like she has a star up above her head. And I think that they're seeing their feminine in the Queen of Wands. So she's seeing him in his masculine pentacle energy, and he's seeing her in her feminine, you know, sexy, energetic energy. So the Queen of Wands is somebody very alluring, very sexy. She's a go-getter. She's the entrepreneur. She, you know, has it going for her in the physical world on many different levels. So a lot of them are thinking about that desire to connect with you passionately. And I think for a lot of them, that's what's guiding them, you know, or pushing them to want to take action or to make this decision to communicate with you. And I am seeing the Knight of Cups on the bottom of this deck over here. So I do think a lot of them may want to make some sort of love offer towards you that's been fueled from passion. And over here we have the Two of Cups on the bottom of this deck. So again, it gives me that confirmation that the feminine is thinking about her masculine. She's thinking about this soul connection, this past life, you know, twin flame, soulmate type of thing. And I do, again, think a lot of you guys are being amplified. Whatever your thoughts are being amplified by each other. It's like that infinite thing going back and forth. And every time it goes, it gets more and more and more. So if they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. And it's just like spirals. So keep that in mind too. Like when you go into these places, know that they're likely thinking about you too. Even if they're not taking action, you know, you probably wouldn't be so like up in arms about like when's it coming unless they were thinking about doing it. Because think about the other days when you feel fine, you know, like you don't have like that, when is it coming, when's it coming, when's it coming? Because like over here they're thinking like, when am I going to do this? Should I do it? So I feel like for some of them they're like typing a message and then deleting it. You know, some of them are really wanting to take action, but they're blocking themselves. And you're over here like in that place of expectation, and you're getting frustrated because they're getting frustrated with themselves. Okay, so do keep that in mind. For some of you, that I think that's kind of amplifying a lot of what you're feeling at this time. So for Divine Feminine's emotions, like what's going on in her heart, I have the 5 of Cups twice, I have Truth, and then the Queen of Wands. So this, I'm feeling like they're thinking about you in this energy, so you're feeling it. Like I was just saying, like whatever they're thinking about, you're feeling. This emotional loss, this 5 of Cups of feeling like all these opportunities have been knocked over. You know, it's like those 2 cups is standing behind you. I think at some points you're not recognizing that, or you're feeling like he's never coming. He's never going to give me this opportunity. You know, maybe I should just give up. Maybe I should just move on. You know, like just getting really low and getting really frustrated and sad. And it's like you're just not noticing this 2 of Cups that's still there behind you. Even though you're thinking about it, you're not feeling it. You're not feeling that it's really there. You know, it's like you're waiting for it. You want it. You're like expecting it. But in your emotions, it's like there's just like this sense of loss, this sense of it's not coming, this sense of, you know, I need to make some changes. I need to do something. And then I'm also picking up that a lot of you, because they're thinking of you in that Queen of Wands energy, you could be getting aroused a lot too. You know, having moments where it's like you just really want to, you know, connect sexually with this person, or, you know, feeling aroused for no reason, getting horny in the middle of like dinner, and it's like, what the hell was that? And I think it's you're picking up on what they're thinking about. So if they're thinking about you in this energy, you're going to feel that those thoughts come up within your emotional body. But ultimately, I do think a lot of you are kind of just in this place of sadness and grief. And I don't think it's just connected to this. I think a lot of other things are coming up to be purged. Some of you may be doing better than others. But I think a lot of it does surround reconciling with your counterpart, because the 6 of Cups is here. But it's a past life energy. It's an inner child energy. So it's on different levels. It's not just like, I really miss this person, I want them to come, which I think that's how it feels. But it's like, it's your body, it's your emotions telling you to pay attention to what you're feeling, so that you can heal it and you can release it. So then you can turn around and see those 2 of Cups are still standing there, and that your, you know, judgment is there, that truth is there, that things can shift in your reality. But you have to be passionate and go off and explore the world the way that they view you, you know, align to what they're seeing in you, so that they can align to what you're seeing in them. And do the soul work, you know, go do some past life meditations, connect with your inner child, you know, heal anything that could be coming up that needs to be purged at this time. I know, like, there's a lot of things I need to be doing that I keep putting off, but we need to face those things. It's like we all know what we need to do intuitively, and I think a lot of times it's easier to just kind of ignore it. But I think that at this time, if you're feeling this way, the best thing to do is do some meditation and to really tap into this Queen of Wands energy. Feel sexy, feel confident. Go out there and start doing the soul's growth work that needs to be done, so that you can attract in what you're trying to attract in. And then over here for the Divine Masculines, what they're feeling at this time, I have the King of Cups. So there is a lot of love, but we know that the King of Cups can come with insecurities. Some of them could be drinking. The King of Cups can be somebody that's a drinker. So I think that in their emotions, they feel this love, but they also feel these insecurities. They do want a new beginning. You know, the Ace of Cups, they want this love to begin with you again. But there could be a lot of distractions or other options around. There could be just a lot of illusions. And I feel like for some of this, it could be connected to like drinking and things like that. Just some toxic things that they're trying to use as escapism from feeling this energy of anxiety or insecurities. They don't like to feel that. And it's this triggers that within them. So sometimes they try to like drink it away, or, you know, focus on other people. You know, they're trying to find this passion somewhere else, and they're not finding it. So for some of them, these other options that they've explored, it's like they've been trying to find the passion or the connection that they have with you, this intense, soul connection, and they're not finding it. So it's like no matter where they go, they're always being directed back to their Queen of Wands, okay? And then we have the Magician. So a lot of them sense and feel this transformation happening in their emotional body. And they do realize it's connected to you. And I think some of them are in resistance to it, but some of them are starting to embrace it now. And they're making those correct choices that are guiding them to this new beginning, to express this love to this person that they've been thinking about or wishing to connect with. Understanding that this is their soul connection, that this is something that they've wished for probably their whole life, wanting that perfect, yin to their yang, or the, person that was meant to be there. But I don't think it showed up necessarily exactly how they thought it was going to. And so that threw them through a loop. But now they're starting to realize, like, wait a minute, that's what it was supposed to be. And some of them are frustrated with that because it's like they wanted to be the one that chose, and like I think a lot of feminines get to this point. It's like you wanted to, like, usually when it comes to love, like, you want to choose who you go with, and it's like this person was presented to you and it was just turned on all of a sudden. It was like, wait a minute, like, I have to spend my life with this person that has treated me in these ways, or hasn't always been necessarily easy to deal with. It's like a lot of you would prefer to have just like a soulmate connection, or a connection with somebody that's easier to navigate through, that you don't have to go through all these soul lessons and growth, all the separation, all the pain. A lot of you are starting to wonder, like why, and I think they're in that same energy. Like, they would just rather have somebody that's easier. So some of those other options have been easier, but it doesn't trigger their growth, and it doesn't trigger that passion. It doesn't compare. It's easier, but it doesn't compare, and it doesn't make them a better person. And they're realizing this transformation that they need to go through. And I think a lot of them are transforming now. And some of them are embracing it more than others, but they are at least aware of this, understanding that this is something bigger than them, and they can't just like hide from it or run from it. So then down here for your, like, what's going on, like, for your actions, I have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Nine of Swords. So there's anxiety, depression, but the Ace of Pentacles is here. Okay, so I think a lot of Divine Feminines, you're probably going to stay in this reflection mode. You're probably going to have some times where you're feeling the anxiety, but it is leading you to better days. It's like you're attracting more abundance into your life. You're doing some work within the physical world, maybe doing some work with, like, your actual, like, soul's mission, healing some of this stuff. And I think a lot of these things that you're going to be feeling and dealing with are actually, again, connected to what is going on with your counterpart. I think you're just intuitively feeling their stuff. Then we have the Three of Wands and the Empress, the High Priestess, Judgment, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I think for many of you, you are, stepping into your Empress role. For a lot of you, you're already in this energy, but you're still having these experiences. It's like you know what you need to do. A lot of times you try to do it, but there's those moments where you get sucked out of it. So a lot of you are going to stay inward and more reflective and in this place of waiting. Okay, Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in, but trusting your intuition a little bit more than usual. I think, like, ultimately, like, you're going to have those bad days, but then you intuitively, you know how to pull yourself out of it. You know how to kind of be in this place of power, how to heal, how to attract to you this transformation, releasing this stuff that's not serving you, and paying attention to the signs from Spirit, following your soul's mission and your purpose, and knowing, like, okay, like, what you need to do. Like, am I supposed to just wait around here by myself, or should I go out and explore with other people? Should I be working on my soul's, like, mission work? For everybody, it's going to be different, but you're definitely going to be in this, like, fertile energy. So I think for, like, the next couple of days, you're probably going to be experiencing this stuff. It could be like a dark night of the soul energy, but you're going to come out of it And you're going to be tapping into your high priestess self, you know, really embracing the empress self, being fertile, creative, attracting new beginnings, and following the light of spirit to wherever it is that you need to be in this moment to attract to you the right opportunities in soul's growth of being this Queen of Pentacles, you know, like very grounded, very abundant, you know, attracting to you in the material world the things that assist you in feeling good about yourself, feeling confident, you know, releasing things that haven't served you. And then for the masculines, we have the Two of Cups, Judgment, the Ten of Swords. So I think a lot of them are actually getting ready to put an end to some things that have been toxic, okay? So this is going to be like some sort of painful ending. For some of them, they're going to choose to put an end to like third-party situations. Some of them are going to put an end to toxic behaviors. You know, they're really going to make that decision to transform. But for some of them, that's going to be painful, you know? And for some, it's an ego death where they have to like eat beliefs that they ultimately know have held them back in their life, but they maybe didn't want to recognize it. Or maybe there was things that you told them that they kind of denied, but now they're like realizing, okay, you know, this may be actually something that I need to pay attention to. And so it's kind of like an ego death where they have to swallow their pride. And for some of them, that can be painful. So it could be painful because they're ending relationships with others, and painful because, you know, they're ending a relationship with like a certain way of being or thinking or feeling. And if they were like, you know, dealing with a lot of toxic things, if they were like addicted to drugs or something, that can be a painful ending too, just to go through like the detoxification of those experiences or whatever it is that they were holding on to. But they are making wise choices, I feel, in their following spirit's guidance. Just like the Divine Feminine, you know, they're being mirrored there. It's like they are going to make the choice to listen to what spirit is pushing them to do. And I think a lot of them are making a choice to come towards the Two of Cups, which is their soulmate, their twin flame, their divine counterpart, you know, the person that they're meant to connect with. So a lot of them are going to put an end to whatever has been keeping them from that, okay? And then down here I have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So we got two aces here. So a lot of them, for their actions, they are going to, you know, take a step forward for a new beginning in love and a new beginning in communication. And they're going to fight for the connection. So if you've been dealing with like family members that don't like you, or, you know, other people in their lives that was causing some sort of, disturbance within this connection, if it was like false beliefs, or if it was just like you're this way and I'm that way, so it can't work, they're now making a decision to fight for it. The Seven of Wands is like, I will fight for this person, you know, I will make this work. I don't care what anybody thinks or says. This is what I want, so this is what I'm going after. And they're going to just choose to communicate and bring new opportunities of love to their counterpart so that they can have victory. And I do think they're going to be victorious with this, okay? So they're going to be victorious in fighting for this new beginning with their person, and they are stepping into the King of Pentacles role that the Divine Feminine is seeing them in. So hold that within your mind. See them in this energy so that they can embody this energy, assist them in manifesting themselves into that vibration, and be the embodiment of the Queen of Pentacles, because who does the King belong with but the Queen? Okay, so, you know, what does it look like, taste like, smell like, feel like for the two of you to be in union in this energy? These are the most valuable of the energy. You know, it's like it's similar to Empress energy. Like, this is ultimately where you would want to go. But as for like a king or queen standing, these are the most valuable, the committed, grounded, the like loyal. You know, they have like that energy about them, that, you know, that power couple. Like, they're going to manifest a lot of abundance. They're going to manifest a lot of value and worth, like respect and honor and dignity, all of those things that maybe weren't able to be manifested in the past due to outside influences or fears or anxieties and things like that. So I really do think that over the next couple of weeks, you're going to be going through some big times of transformation. You may go through some moments of ups and downs, but ultimately it looks like things are going to kind of pan out in a more positive direction. And for many of you, you will probably receive communication or the opportunity for a new beginning with this person that's going to actually lead to victory. So, you know, this person looks like they're ready to fight and put an end to things that have been detrimental. And for Divine Feminine, you know, just keep working on the visualizations, keep working on listening to your intuition, trusting what Spirit's guiding you to do. Don't sit around waiting for this person to come back. Don't sit in this place of anxiety and depression. Begin this new beginning for yourself. Become creative to give birth to this new vibration in your life that's going to attract to you exactly what you've been wishing for, longing for, and waiting for. And just trust and know that whatever is meant to be will be. But for a lot of you, what's meant to be is the union of these two people, of these two souls that are on a, you know, divine journey, that are both wanting to connect with each other, that just need to feel valuable enough to do so. Okay? So I hope that this assists you guys. Like I said, I wasn't going to record. I was just going to... well, I did record, but then when it didn't upload properly, I was just going to do it tomorrow when I get up. And then I have planned to do... I have some private readings to get back tomorrow. And all of that. And then I do have some other things I'm trying to work on this week so that I can get the Moon key out to you guys so that you can receive that through Vimeo. Also doing like the tarot thing. I got to figure out how I'm going to present that, how many videos it's going to be and things like that. And then the videos on how to start your own YouTube channel for those of you that were interested in that. So lots of stuff for me to work on and lots of private readings for me to work on. And I do need to get some extended videos out for you all. So all of that will be coming out over this week. Not all of that stuff that I said. Obviously, it's going to take me a while to do all of it. But lots of new things will be coming out. And lots of it will be getting worked on over this week. As well as lots of private readings. So I got to try to balance myself out and not kill myself and go back into needing another break. But thank you guys very much. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, you can dislike it. Either way, that helps me out to find people who do resonate. We're very close to 18,000 now. I can't believe how fast things are growing, but it's because of all of you and all your support and your love and your comments and subscribing and liking and sharing and all of that. So I'm very grateful for all of you. I hope you all had a beautiful Mother's Day. Any of you who have lost your moms, I'm sorry. I know what it's like. And anybody who's struggled to become a mom or lost a child, I'm sorry. I do know what that's like as well. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. If you would like to donate, there's links down below. If you'd like any of my services, that information is down below. I am on a 3-week wait, so it will be a little bit before you get things back, but you're welcome to read the description down below and then email me with your, payment and all of that. So thank you very much. In Moon. Namaste.